My guest today is Michelle Swann. Michelle is directing a play entitled Birdsong, and it opens shortly at Heidelberg Theatre. Welcome back to the program, Michelle.
Thank you. Thanks for having me this afternoon.
Now, I hadn't looked through my notes, and the last time you paid us a visit was back in May 2024 when you directed Hydra for Brighton Theatre.
It only feels like yesterday, Joan.
I know. I can't believe 2 whole years have gone past since we did all that.
Absolutely.
But now this particular play, Birdsong, it's something totally different. Mm-hmm. It seems to me to run the gamut of emotions almost from the beginning. So would you perhaps like to set the scene for us?
Well, I think firstly, which might be of interest to listeners, it's actually the Australian premiere of this play. It's been produced over in the UK, particularly in London, and it's currently on a national tour, but it's the first time in Australia, so that's very exciting.
Well, that's very exciting. Well done.
Yes. So the play essentially begins in 1910, so pre the First World War, in Amiens in France, northern France, and continues on to the years of the First World War. So we see and meet people during that time as well. Mm-hmm. And then towards the end of the play, it addresses the aftermath of the war.
So where does the title Birdsong, does that, I couldn't quite see where that came from.
That's a really good question, actually. There is a lot of birdsong in the play, so it is featured quite heavily. And I think before the war, the birdsong is used to accentuate peacetime and how relaxed everybody is the beauty of the time. Mm-hmm. And then during the war, there is still birdsong, amazingly. There's reference in the play to how even after all the shelling and the bombing, the birds still appear. And so in amongst all that chaos, you still hear the birds. So it's really interesting, that
which is lovely,
kind of
relaxing
point of reference.
Yes.
Well, it's kind of remarkable, that you can be all this destruction and then the birds come back. Yeah,
So it has to do, I think, with a love story. It
begins with a love story pre-war, and then during the war, one of the characters reflects on that love story and the time that he spent with the young woman in question, and the memory of her keeps him going during the period of the war.
Oh, that's nice, and it helps him to cope.
Yes,
with
it's what he kind of hangs on to get him through. And then there's a resolution of sorts at the end of the play with that story, and a little bit of a tangent on that.
Oh, that's nice. So that sort of ends up.
I don't want to give too much away.
No, don't. I don't want to hear any more. No.
Of course you do.
Yeah. I'm hanging on every word now to see what's happening. But so it is a very emotional play, and it would take the audience along on the journey all the way through.
That's right.
Yes,
it's quite an emotional ride.
Yes. So how many people do you have in the cast?
There's 15 in the cast and 21 characters. So
my God,
it's a lot to keep track of.
My heavens above. You need a map or something to see, just about to make sure that everybody's where they're supposed to be.
I have a lot of lists and spreadsheets going, Joan, I have
you
to
would.
say. Yeah.
You'd have to. You'd have to.
Just to keep on top of it.
You'd have to have a sign-in book every night to make sure that everybody's there.
Yes, I have been tempted to run a roll call, yeah.
You'd have to. And 21 roles, so people are doubling up.
There's some doubling up, yeah.
So that's hard too. Well, a challenge for the actors.
It's a good challenge for the actors. With some of the actors have to master a couple of different accents within the play. So there's quite a range of accents. So it's quite interesting.
That can be a real challenge, because I think it's set, I was looking at my notes, it's set in between the village of Amiens and the Battle of the Somme.
Yes, so pre-war it's focused in Amiens, and then during the war, which is also an interesting contrast, because it's pretty much the same territory, but it changes so much, obviously, in wartime. So what was once a very beautiful place becomes quite desolate and, kind of quite, post-apocalyptic, really.
Yes.
And then at the end of the play, it talks about the hope for the future and, going on after the war. But obviously the war affects so many people in so many different ways. And that's one of the beauties of the play, is that it really zones in on the personal impacts. So that the different characters within the play talk about, their challenges, their experiences, and how they feel about the future. So it's beautiful that way.
So it has got a lot in it.
Yes, it does.
Really has.
Some very interesting characters, really good character development for the main characters.
Yeah, so it must be a fascinating play for you to direct, because there are so many layers to unpeel all the way through, aren't there?
Yes, I first read the book, and that was published in 1993, written by Sebastian Faulks.
Yep.
And I only read it a few years ago, actually. I'd had it sitting on my to-be-read pile for a while, and got around to reading it. It was I just loved it. And then when I was looking around for something new to direct, I saw that there was an adaptation of it, and I got very excited. So bought that to have a read, and yes, I have to do this.
Doing it.
It's exciting. Yeah, I knew it was going to be a challenge.
Yes,
but I was up for it.
You're up for the challenge.
Yeah.
Now, well, with the different settings, it is a bit of a challenge with the actual set design and construction too.
I've got a terrific set designer, Steve Carandis, who I've worked with before, but he hasn't designed a set for a while because he's been busy doing other things in his life. And I actually worked with him on a one-act play that was actually set in World War I as well, and he helped, he designed and built a trench for me then.
Oh, great.
And so I was like, I know who I want to get back. So I managed to lure him back, and he's designed a fabulous set. And the set builders and the set painters at Heidelberg have just done a stunning job at putting it together.
Lovely.
So it's an exciting set. Yeah.
It sounds beautiful. And being set back in that time, costumes would all be of that era
That's
as
right.
well.
Yes, exactly. So
and they'd look pretty amazing.
Oh, they do look amazing. Yeah, they're really impressive. So some are obviously very striking, and others are quite beautiful. Yeah, so.
Oh, it's getting very exciting, really. And so, of course, you're almost up to opening night, which always gets a bit scary around about this time.
It does.
And you think, why am I doing this? That's why I often used to feel when I was in plays, I'd think, what on earth am I doing? Do I remember all my lines? No, I don't.
Why did I think this was a good idea? Yeah. That's right.
But it will be.
Oh,
it will
that's
be.
right. The lead up is a bit scary, and
Yes, of course.
you put in a lot of hours leading up to opening night. But one thing I'm really impressed by with the cast and the crew is just how dedicated everyone is. Everybody wants this to be a great show, and they're all putting in, and they're doing everything they can to improve their performances or whatever they're involved in, whatever their job is, and constantly asking, could I do this better, or what could I do now? How could I help with this? And they're all working really well together. They're a beautiful group of people. They're all supporting each other so well. Which makes me very happy.
Of course. Yeah. And it's a big help, because if they're all working together, well, you've got the bones of it there, haven't you?
Makes the job a lot easier.
Of course.
So with all the challenges that you have with such a big show such as this, it's very tech heavy as well, as you can imagine, being set during the war.
I can imagine.
But if you've got everybody kind of working together and moving in the same direction, it means all those other challenges are so much easier to deal with and overcome.
Because you know what you're looking for.
Yeah, you haven't got all the other sort of like dramas and stuff. So it's just great. I'm very grateful for the work that everyone's putting in and the support I've had at Heidelberg as well. So.
Oh, do you have an interval in this play, or?
It's written with 2 intervals, but I've just got the one. Mm-hmm. So mainly because I just think 2 intervals gets a bit
drags
much.
It a bit.
People get a bit tired of going out to the foyer and coming back in, and going out and coming back in. So we're limiting it to 1.
Yes,
so
it's probably better. Well, look, after hearing all this drama, I think it's time we gave our listeners all the information they need for performance dates and times.
Well, I've got my list here, so I can share. It opens 3rd of July and closes on the 18th of July. It's pretty heavily booked, so if you are keen on coming, the last week the Wednesday and Thursday in particular, there's still some good seats.
Great.
But the other thing to do is just contact the the ticket secretary of the box office.
Yep.
And if you're after particular dates, you can go on a waiting list, and if people return tickets, sometimes they return them, especially with the group bookings. You might be able to score a ticket that way. So, yeah.
And you have, a booking number that I found is 9457 4117. And if you would rather do it online, you can go to www.htc.org.au.
That's right.
Which most people, I think, seem to do nowadays.
And that opening page of the website, you can see straight away that you can book the tickets to Birdsong. There's a an area,
a little link
button
thing.
link that you press on that, click on that, and away you go. Yeah.
See, I'm a little old-fashioned lady who likes to talk to people on the line. I'll never change.
But there is a number, so you
yes,
can call.
Course.
That's right. And you can also email the
so there are various ways of getting in touch with them.
Yeah.
And the address of Heidelberg Theatre is 36 Turnham Avenue in Rosanna.
That's right. Right opposite the Rosanna train station.
Oh,
so
perfect.
If you don't want to drive, you can get a train there.
Train.
Yeah, it's very convenient. Yep.
Well, look, it's been absolutely fascinating hearing about this production. It's one that I didn't know about, and so I'm learning stuff today, which has been terrific. And it sounds brilliant, and I think it's going to be a huge hit with your audiences. And I mean, as you say, the tickets are already selling, and that's a big compliment to you. It's a bit scary, but at the same time, it's going to be well worth it.
I think so. I hope so. Yeah.
Oh, of course. So I just want to say from all of us here at GDR, I want to wish you and your talented 15 people in the cast, I want to wish every single one of them and your crew, everyone connected with the production, chukas for a great opening night and a successful season with Birdsong.
Thank you very much, Joan.
It's been a pleasure.